AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT are here,
and it's going to be here for the rest of our lives. And now a lot of business owners are trying to figure out, how do I leverage this? Can I build AI in my business? Or if not, am I in danger? In this video, I'm going to share with you the biggest opportunity that AI is presenting us that no one else is talking about. So, where does this all start? Well, I started thinking about this because I remember way back in my days in university, I remember hearing a quote that said, in times of high tech, there's an increased demand for high touch. Think about that for a second. Bezos, founder of Amazon, he also built that whole company on one premise, which is instead of asking what's going to change, he asked what's never going to change. What will people always want no matter what happens technologically? And that's how they built Amazon, around excellent service and speed, etc. And if we think from that lens, we can start to bulletproof our business, whether it's a coaching business or anything else, to better serve our audience, but also help you ride the wave while other businesses might be falling prey to technological advances. So there are 4 things that people are always going to want. And if we can build our business around at least 2 of these, we're going to stand the test of time. So number 1 is speed, right? We would rather have things yesterday than today, and obviously the faster the better. Number 2 is convenience. Well, it's a lot more convenient to stay at home and press a button and watch a movie than it is to go to the movie theater. Now, let's be honest, artificial intelligence wins when it comes to speed and convenience. You go to ChatGPT, you type in a prompt, it gives you an answer instantaneously, and you don't have to do anything else. That's pretty darn convenient and pretty fast. So how do we as humans compete with that? Well, the reality is, well, maybe we don't, at least not in that context. But there are 2 other things that people really want, where AI, I don't believe, at least in the way it is now or into the future, is really going to touch what you can do with your business. The first thing is connection. Connection is a very, very big desire for humans. In fact, the Surgeon General has reported that loneliness increases our risk of early death by 45%. By contrast, air pollution increases it by 5%, obesity 20%, and alcoholism 30%. So we know that loneliness is one of the most dangerous things in our lives. In fact, loneliness is at an all-time high amongst teenagers. No surprise, right? They're glued on their phone all day long, and it's leading to higher rates of mental issues, depression, suicide. It's a big, big problem. So if you can build a business around connection, or at least embody connection in what you do, that becomes a major, major value add for your audience. The second thing that people are always going to want is excellent service. So in this video, I want to show you 4 ways to really harness connection and excellent service so that your business, no matter whether it's a restaurant, hotel, or coaching business, surpasses what everyone else is doing as they're finagling around with the tech and worrying if ChatGPT is going to replace their whole business. So the first thing that I'd recommend, so at least these are the things that we're doing, so if you want to take them and run with them, go for it. The first thing is
to really focus on building a bulletproof community.
Everyone wants to find their people. And when we find that tribe of individuals, we feel at home. And honestly, it supersedes what we came there for in the first place, right? So in a lot of coaching programs, the saying is people come for content and they stay for community. And it's very, very true. The current mastermind that I'm in right now, I've been a part of for 6 years. And to be honest, I don't even show up half the time for the calls or even use the content. But because it's a community that I feel a part of, that are my people, I just want to be part of it. And if you can build a business, let's just say from a coaching perspective, that is built not just on the content and not just on your process, but really around bringing great people together who have shared values and a similar vision, you will create something that is very, very special that few people want to leave. So building great community is the first thing that we want to focus on. The second thing we can focus on is doing more live in-person stuff, right? So live events, even hangouts and meetups. So as an example, if you got clients in your local town, maybe you do a meetup where you get together for dinner, or maybe you go for an early morning hike with, team members or clients or people in your community who live in the same area. It's a great way for people to connect with you as a person so that no longer are you this like digital who knows who, but you're an actual person who cares about bringing people together. And remember, when people feel understood by you and like you care, there's no technology that's ever going to displace that. So I think there's a really great opportunity for live events, especially now that the pandemic's over. Obviously, there's a good 2.5 years where for us, we didn't do any live events. But previous to that, we did 1 big event every year and 3 in-person masterminds. So it's 4 live events a year. And we noticed how big of a difference being in person makes for the community piece. So I'm not saying you have to run fancy live events like our Health Runner live event or stuff like that, but anything you can do to bring your clients or your community together in some way, shape, or form is going to help you out, especially as we go down this technological rabbit hole. The third thing that we're doing, and we've always been doing to be honest, is a obsessive focus on personalized high-touch coaching. I want to be very clear about this. I'm not saying one-on-one coaching, because don't confuse high-touch with one-on-one. In our business, we don't really do one-on-one coaching. I mean, we do in certain cases to some degree, but it's not like you're working with a one-on-one coach and that's it. We have a dozen or so amazing coaches and experts on our team, and as a client of ours, you get access to all those coaches who individually are helping you in a one-on-one fashion in different aspects of your business. The nature of how we help our clients is very high touch. So even though it's not a one-on-one call for an hour a week, we are in your business. We're looking at your data. We're looking at how we can improve things and giving you personal recommendations on how to improve your messaging, your marketing, your Facebook ads, your enrollment calls, how you deliver to your clients on the back end. And these are all aspects that you're not really going to get from some AI platform. And it's the same thing with your clients. If you're working with clients and you're offering, whether it's one-on-one or some type of group leverage program, think of the personalized support that you're giving your clients and what you know about them, their life, what they're going through, their fears and frustrations, their current situation. Are they going to get that type of support from ChatGPT? No. So therefore, if they're looking for an answer without all that context, they're really not going to be getting what they need without the most unbelievably thought through prompt, which most people just don't have the brain power to even think about at this point in time. So if you can provide personalized, high touch coaching, everyone wants to feel special. Everyone wants to feel like you're looking at my stuff specifically. I'm a special snowflake. I really appreciate you looking at my stuff. And the fourth thing is that service becomes your differentiator. So we talked about personalized high-touch coaching, live experiences, and the first piece, which was building a bulletproof community, all three of those revolve around service. Now, if we look at how do we do that, well, then it's just a matter of user experience. The easiest way for me to think about this is I look at what are the restaurants I've been to, the hotels I've stayed at, the airlines I've frequented, the stores I've gone to where I've had an epic experience, and the ones, sadly, the majority of them, which I have not had a great experience. And I want to share you one such experience with you. So recently, I was in Mexico with my wife. We went there for her birthday, and we were in Zihuatanejo, which is where we're building our house. And there's this restaurant on the top of this hill overlooking the Pacific Ocean called Tentaciones. And I was making a reservation like literally 2 hours before our dinner. I noticed that they had the average rating was 5 stars, like 5.0 out of 700 and something reviews, I think. And I thought to myself, that's the average rating is 5 out of 5? That's crazy. But then we went there, and I soon realized why. We went to the restaurant. Number one, the view is spectacular, which is obviously why we're building a house there. You're like on the Pacific Ocean, it's beautiful vista, but the food was phenomenal. Like local fish right out of the bay, just beautiful presentation, 5-course meal. The service was phenomenal, right? Little things. It was my wife's birthday. So we sit down at the table, and first thing that they say to us is, "Hey, Amy, happy birthday." Like, all right, so how do they know that? Well, I put a note in the reservation that said it was my wife's birthday, right? So they obviously took note of that. It's not rocket science. You take note of what people are telling you and you give it back to them. So number one, they acknowledged that it was her birthday. They actually gave her a personalized menu printed that said, "Feliz cumpleaños, Amy." And it was just like a nice little gesture, right? Like just so simple. So that was like the first experience when we get to the restaurant from a service perspective, which was just wow. Then the owner of the restaurant must have come to our table 4 times during the meal. I don't know how many restaurants you've been to where the owner of the restaurant is actually there in the first place, let alone comes by your table several times to have a conversation and to see how everything's going and to just kind of shoot the breeze. But this owner came by 4 times. We started talking about how we're building a house just over there. He's like, "Oh my God, you got to go here and check this out." And it was just such a great experience. And it was the type of restaurant that when we finished, obviously I'm telling you about it in this video, it's the type of experience that no matter what happens technologically, no matter how easy it is for me to press a button and order food on my phone, none of that will ever replace that restaurant. And that restaurant, barring a nuclear meltdown, will probably never go out of business. Now, I shouldn't say never, but the likelihood of it going out of business is very, very slim because of this epic experience. The service was by far better than most places I've ever been to. The food is spectacular. And when you look at service, it's so simple to be better because there's small little things that you can look at in the customer journey, the client journey to just help people feel understood and special and appreciated. Whether it's acknowledging a birthday, sending them a card, or, send them a bottle of champagne for a milestone, or if they just had a baby, like send them a blanket that's gonna cost you 60 to 80 bucks. You don't have to do this stuff. But if you do, or anything along those lines, it puts you in a category of one. Because the reality is most businesses on planet Earth are not doing this stuff. So the easiest way to think of what we call the dream come true experience for our clients, we help them build a dream come true system, which is the delivery that they deliver to their clients. Think about what could you deliver to your clients to make it easier, to make it more convenient from that perspective, but also to help them feel special, to help them feel appreciated, to make them feel like they're in a place where they feel like it's Disneyland. And if you can start really building your business in that fashion, it doesn't matter what happens with AI and ChatGPT. Like, yes, that stuff is gonna impact our lives and it's gonna be with us forever. But if you build a business around this connection piece, around this community piece, around this piece of service and helping people feel human, you will be bulletproof for now and well into the future. As long as humans stay as they are, if humans cycle, the way our DNA and the way we're wired, you will be fine in business. So those are the 4 things that we're doing that I think might be a good idea for you to consider with respect to the biggest opportunity that AI is providing us from the opposite side of the coin. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to watch the next one. To be honest, I don't even know what it is, but I think you'll really enjoy it. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
And I'll see you in the next video.